So last year, someone said something to me at school pickup that just kind of made me think. And yeah, it's just kind of been going over in my head since. One of the mums, lovely mum, so nice, she goes, "Is your eldest still on training wheels?" And the way she said it, like concerned, like she was telling me my kid had a rash or something. Training wheels. My girl was 6. And yeah, she still had her training wheels on. And I just stood there like, is this a thing? Are we worried about this now? Because here's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, yeah, she's still on training wheels. She's also reading full novels, like front to back chapter books. She did a cartwheel last week that was better than anything I could ever do. But sure, let's panic about the training wheels. I didn't say that though. I just smiled and said, yeah, she's getting there, because that's what we do, isn't it? We just nod and then we go home and overthink it for 3 days, which is exactly what I did, by the way. 3 days, 3 full days of thinking about training wheels. Like I didn't have enough to think about. And the thing is, it wasn't even the first time someone had said something like that, not even close. A while back, someone at school, a teacher, asked me if I was concerned about my eldest daughter's upper body strength. Her upper body strength. She was 3, not training for the Olympics. But apparently she was struggling with the climbing wall at school and the climbing frame. She couldn't pull herself up the way some of the other kids could. And look, I get it. I do. They're watching for stuff. That's their job. Fine. But in my head, I was like, this kid could write her name before most of the others. She's great with counting. She was talking in full sentences super early. She was walking at 11 months. 11 months. But she can't do the climbing wall. So now we're concerned? It just felt so weird to me. Like we'd taken everything she was good at and just looked right past it and zoomed in on the one thing she couldn't do yet. That word, yet. Because that's the thing. It's not that she'll never do it. She just wasn't doing it right then, at that exact moment, on that exact day, when someone happened to be watching. And I'll be honest, it got in my head. Big time. I went home that night and I watched her try to climb onto the couch. And I don't know, the way she did it, she just kind of struggled and she kind of wiggled and pulled herself up and it wasn't graceful. And I thought, oh God, is something wrong? Am I missing something? Should I be doing something about this? Should I be taking her to see someone? And my brain just spiraled. Then she sat down, picked up a book and started reading out loud to her little sister. Like not stumbling over things, not sounding things out, just reading. And her little sister just sat there, eyes wide, totally hooked. And I thought, what am I doing? Why am I sitting here stressing about this? Why am I watching my kid like she's a science experiment? She's fine. She's more than fine. She's brilliant. She's just not a climber. Not right now, anyway. And then there's my youngest. Oh my God. Totally different kid. Totally. Like if I didn't know better, I think they were raised in different houses. She was slower with her talking, took a while to string her words together. She's still not super into writing or drawing, but climbing. This child, she could climb before she could walk. I'm not even joking. I'm not even being one of those mums who exaggerates. She will pull herself up onto anything. The bookshelf, the TV unit, the dining chairs, the side of the cot, anything with an edge, she was on it. I once found her on top of the kitchen bench and I still don't know how she got up there. I'd left the room for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I came back and she was just sitting up there, legs dangling, totally chill, like she'd been up there for hours. I nearly had a heart attack. She didn't even flinch. She was like a little spider monkey, that one. No fear, none, zero. She'd just see something tall and go, yep, I'm getting up there. Meanwhile, her big sister is on the ground reading a book about butterflies. Same parents, same house, same genes, completely different kids. Like completely. And that's what I keep coming back to. Why do we expect all of the kids to be the same? Like, why do we expect every kid to be good at the same things at the same time? Because they're not. They're just not. My two are living proof of that. One reads, one climbs. One talks your ear off, the other one would rather just launch herself off the back of the couch. One will sit and do puzzles for an hour, the other will try and stand on the puzzle box. And they're both doing great, just in different ways, in their own way, on their own clock. Now look, I want to say this because I think it matters. And I don't want anyone to hear this and think I'm saying milestones don't matter, because they do. I'm a nurse. I get it. There are milestones that matter. Walking, talking, those big ones. And checking on those things is important, because sometimes a kid does need extra help. Sometimes there is something going on, and catching that early makes such a huge difference. I've seen it at work. I've seen it with friends' kids. Early help can change everything for a kid. So I'm not saying throw out the milestone charts. I'm not saying ignore the red flags. That stuff matters. I believe that fully. But there's a difference between keeping an eye on the big stuff and making a mum feel like her kid is behind because she can't do the monkey bars yet. There's a massive difference. One is helpful. The other just makes you feel rubbish. And I felt rubbish about it more times I'd like to admit, because it's not just the teacher. It's not just that one mum at pickup. It's everywhere. It's the park. Oh my God, the park. The park is like a comparison factory. You sit there on the bench and you watch all of the kids and you can't help it. You see a kid the same age as yours just flying across the monkey bars, and your kid is at the bottom going, Mum, I can't reach. And you think, should she be able to reach? Is she behind? Am I not doing enough? Should I be taking her to gymnastics? Should I have started gymnastics 2 years ago? Have I failed her? All of that from one moment at the park. And it's mad when you think about it. Look, I've been that mum too with the bike thing. I've sat at the park and watched another kid the same age as mine just take off on a bike. No training wheels, no wobble, just gone, flying down the path. And I've looked at my girl on her little bike, training wheels clicking away, happy as anything, by the way, huge smile, loving it, not a care in the world. But I still felt that little twist in my gut, that little voice going, should she be doing that now? Other kids her age can do it. What if the other kids notice? What if she gets teased? And I hate that voice. I really do, because it takes a perfectly good moment, my kid happy, riding her bike, wind in her hair, biggest grin, and turns it into a problem. When it was never a problem. She was happy. She was riding. She was fine. The only issue was in my head. The only person with a problem was me. And I think about where that voice comes from. For me, and I can only speak for me, it's other people's comments. It's the look at the park. It's the, oh, she's still on training wheels. It's the teacher asking you about upper body strength. It's the other mum at playgroup whose kid is doing everything first and she doesn't even realize she's making you feel bad when she talks about it. She's not trying to. She's just proud of her kid, and she should be. But you still go home feeling like yours is behind. It's all these little moments that stack up. One comment here, one look there, one question you weren't expecting. And before you know it, you're lying in bed at night Googling 6-year-old can't ride a bike with training wheels. Is this normal? At midnight with one eye open. Phone brightness on the lowest settings so you don't wake anyone up. We've all done it. Don't pretend you haven't. The late night Google spiral. The rabbit hole of forums and articles and some random post from 2012 that either makes you feel better or 10 times worse. There's no in between with the Google spiral, ever. But here's what I've started doing. And I don't know if it's the right thing. I'm not saying it is. I'm not a parenting expert. I'm just a mum with 2 kids and a phone full of blurry photos. But when I catch myself comparing, when I feel that twist in my gut, I try to stop and think about what my kid can do, not what she can't, not what the kid next door to her can do, just mine. What's she good at? What does she love? Where does she light up? Because the list of what she can do is so long. My eldest, she reads like a dream. She's kind. She's funny. She tells the best stories. She can count really well. She does cartwheels in the backyard. She makes up songs in the bath. She draws the most detailed little pictures. She remembers everything, like everything. She'll remind me of something I said 6 months ago, and I'm like, how do you even know that? She's amazing. She just wasn't good at climbing, and that's okay. My youngest, she's wild. She's brave. She climbs everything. She's so physical. She's tough as nails. She fell off the slide the other day and she got up, brushed her hands on her pants and went straight back on. Didn't even cry, just got up and went again. She's incredible. She just wasn't as chatty early. And that's okay too. They're both okay. They're both exactly where they need to be. And I think about it like this, and this is going to sound really simple, but just go with me. If every kid was good at the same things, how boring would that be? Like, imagine a world where every single kid could ride a bike at 4, read at 5, climb at 6, all in the same order, all at the same time. That's not real life. That's a checklist. And kids aren't checklists. They're little people. Weird, funny, messy little people who are good at random things at random times. And I reckon that's the best part about them. That's what makes them them. My eldest is a bookworm who doesn't love climbing. My youngest is a spider monkey who doesn't love to read as much. And I love that about them. I love that they're different. I love that they surprise me. And honestly, I think my job, and again, this is just me, this is just how I see it, my job isn't to make them good at everything. It's to cheer them on what they're already good at, to notice it, to say, hey, you're so good at that. Instead of always focusing on what they're not doing yet, because they hear it too. Kids aren't stupid. They pick up on it. If I'm always worried about the climbing wall, she's going to think that the climbing wall matters more than the reading. And it doesn't. They both matter, but one isn't more important than the other. And I want my girls to know that. I want them to know that being different is good, that not being the same as everyone else is actually the whole point. It would be such a boring world if we were all the same. I say that to them all the time. My eldest said it back to me the other day, actually. Her little sister was getting super frustrated because she couldn't write her name yet. And my eldest just goes, it's okay, everyone's different. But you know what you're really good at? Climbing. And I could have cried. Right there in the kitchen over a piece of paper with a wonky letter on it because she got it. She actually got it. And she was 6. Maybe she's got it more than I do most days. And you know what? My eldest will get off those training wheels when she's ready. She actually did, by the way, a few months after she turned 6. Just decided one day she wanted to try. No big build up, no program, no special lesson. She just looked at me and said, I think I want to try without them. And she did it. Wobbly at first, a bit scared, but she did it. No drama, no stress, just ready on her own time when she was ready. Not with the mum at pickup thought she should be. And my youngest, her talking has come on leaps and bounds, and her writing, oh my God, she's come on so far. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to stop measuring my kids against other kids. I'm trying to stop letting these little comments land so hard. I'm trying to just look at my girls and see what's right in front of me. Not what's missing, not what's late, not what some chart says they should be doing by now. Just them. 2 totally different little humans, both doing great. Both figuring it out just like me. And if you're sitting there right now and your kid still has their training wheels on, or they're not reading yet, or they can't do the climbing frame, or they're the last one in the class to do something, I bet they're doing something amazing that you're not even giving yourself credit for. I bet they're smashing it somewhere. You just might be too busy worrying about the monkey bars to notice. So notice it. Tonight, when you get home, or right now if they're next to you, just watch them for a minute. Watch what they're good at and let that be enough, because it is. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Real Mummy Podcast. Remember, every mum's journey is unique and you are doing an amazing job. Please be sure to head over to our website at www.realmummypodcast.com to stay up to date with the latest episodes and dive into our recent blog articles filled with even more wisdom and stories. We absolutely love connecting with our listeners, so don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Real Mummy Podcast. Join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of our supportive mum community. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you got a topic you want covered? Do you have a guest you'd love to hear from? Reach out to us through our website or social media. Your input is invaluable and helps us to create the content that matters most to you. Thank you for being part of the Real Mummy Podcast family. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind to yourself, and remember, you're never alone on this journey.